Let's see. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday evening. If you're here joining, please say hello. I am just finishing getting set up for our rainy day rainy evening yin yoga practice. Hello, friends. See some people joining. So I was going to begin this practice at 7:30. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes just to wait for some people to join. Hi, Iman. And make sure that everything is all good here. Moni, hello. Good evening, everyone. All right, so some people are jumping on. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Hi, Kathy. Yay, we got a Delray Beacher. Perfect. Awesome. Nice to see everyone tonight. Well, kind of. Nice to see you guys here in the chat. We couldn't do our regular Sunday sunset beach yoga, so this is my alternative for you guys, which is going to be a nice relaxing yin yoga practice together. If you came to my workshop downtown Delray Beach, you're probably sore like me. I know I talked to a couple of attendees. I got sore from the workshop yesterday, so I imagine my attendees are too. So we're gonna have a nice chill practice tonight. Hi, Pony. Hi. All right. Perfect. Welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday evening. Cool. What time is it? 7:35. So it's about that time. If you guys aren't familiar with me, if you're jumping on or found this account some other way, I'm Jessica Ohm. And I know there's a lot of people here potentially from my Sunset Beach Yoga crew in Delray Beach, Florida. We didn't have our class tonight because of the rain. So the alternative is here, from wherever here is for you. And I'm going to do a nice yin yoga practice here. And hopefully you guys want to come and enjoy it with me. So those of you not familiar, yin yoga is really relaxing. It's not the vinyasa class that we typically do on the beach. It's going to be like put on some pajamas and let's do a nice comfy stretch. So with that said too, I'm not even going to use a yoga mat. I'm going to use my rug because we just need some nice comfy surface. All right. Okay, guys. So with my YouTube here, I haven't figured out a way quite yet to stream music. So for you, if you would like to, you're welcome to put on some relaxing music, something that's super chill, whatever you guys want while we do this practice. But I'm not going to stream anything. Hello, Guru, my moderator. Thanks for joining. Okay. All right, friends. So let's find our way into a nice seated position. Before we even begin our practice, let's just take a moment to ground into our space. So wherever you are, whether you're in your home, someone else's home, hopefully in a comfortable little space, just take a moment to close your eyes. And let's place our hands, right hand over heart, left hand over belly today. Closing our eyes and starting to tune into our breath. So bringing your awareness to the space underneath your hands, but also to the length and depth of the breath in, finding the pause at the top of the inhale before releasing the exhale super slowly. And let's actually keep our mouths closed because we don't need to generate any extra energy for this practice. We'll just kind of tune into the energy that's present. starting to feel our mental, emotional, and physical space. Just one more nice breath cycle. So inhale fully. Nice long exhale. And place our palms together. Take a moment to drop in with yourself with an intention for your practice this evening, or whichever time of day you might be watching this if it's up later. Could be something as simple as just staying with your breath. Could be a single word like peace, release, inspiration, whatever it might be. And then take a deep breath into the belly, into your heart, and then a long exhale. When you're ready, we're actually going to start to just curl our legs into the body and come onto our backs. So go ahead and roll down. And by the way, if you guys have any kind of yoga strap or a belt or anything like that, I would suggest it. We may use this or may use it. I would say we probably will. So we're going to roll onto our back to start. So go ahead and just roll down onto your back. Pull your knees into the body and roll a little side to side. I'm going to turn this way. Nice deep breath. And we'll pause at center. Go ahead and roll your ankles. You can separate your feet and knees a little bit. And then hold on to just the right knee and let the left leg come down. We're going to prepare for a twist. Press down through the left heel, draw the right knee up and in toward the body and pull your shoulders down. So just allowing that right knee to pull in, pulling the shoulders down, and taking a couple breaths into this right hip. Nice full breath in. Nice long breath out. Go ahead and soften that right knee across the body. We're going to bring right hand to the left hand, to the right knee. Go ahead and bring right arm out to the right. And slowly guide the right knee across the body to the left as you turn your head past that right hand. I just got a nice spinal adjustment. So no forcing any of that, but sometimes it happens. And we take a twist. And then we breathe here. So inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs. Nice long exhale out. And let's take another full breath in. Nice long exhale, just melt that shoulder. Let's do one more breath actually. Nice full breath in. Fill the ribs, fill the belly, and then exhale, melt. Turn your gaze back up toward the ceiling. Very slowly pull the right knee back into the body. Let's move slow. Left knee back in to follow. Squeeze the legs back in gently, hugging them into the body. With a nice long breath. We'll let the right leg come down toward the ground, hugging the left knee up and in. Squeezing that left knee up and in toward the shoulder. Big breath in, fill the belly. Exhale as you hug it in a little more. Shoulders down, soften the face and neck. So we have the earth, the ground, helping us find the length of the spine. Very little work here, just a gentle pull with the arms. We're going to guide the left knee across the body to the right. Go ahead and soften. Bring your right hand to the left knee, right arm comes out to the, left arm comes out to the left, and turn your head over past that left hand. So your left knee might not come all the way down to the ground. That's okay. And your left shoulder might even come up off the ground a little bit as well. We're just breathing through this nice side body into the twist. So as you inhale, fill the belly like a balloon. Maybe you come out of that twist a little with your inhale. And as you exhale, you'll feel your body naturally deepen into the twist. So we don't have to force it. Allow your breath to be guided through the body. So feel the breaths kind of like the ocean tide. When you inhale, you'll feel the belly fill, the ribs will fill. Find the top of your breath and then exhale, melt. Go ahead and turn your gaze back up toward the ceiling. Left knee in, right knee follows. Squeeze the legs back in. Hug your arms around them. Roll a little side to side. So giving that lower back a nice little massage again. Good, and then pause at center. We're going to do little sacrum circles. So you're going to bring your knees together. The sacrum is right here at the lower back, so make sure that's touching the ground with the knees together, holding onto the knees. You're just going to do mini circles. So it's a little sacrum massage, little circles for the sacrum, going in one direction, focusing on the breath, moving slowly. And we can pause and go the other direction. There's all these little tendons and ligaments there at the sacrum. Just doing these little circles is really good for that area. Good, and then let's go ahead and pause here. We're going to grab the back of your thighs with your hands, walk up your thighs with your hands, and start to bring your feet up toward the sky. So it's just a little reclining dandasana or supta dandasana, reclining style. Now, if you're really flexible in the hamstrings, of course, your legs can go straight, but less important. We'll just keep those knees bent maybe today and keep the toes flexed. If you can straighten the legs, of course, that's okay, or that's good too, rather, but otherwise, just hang out with your legs up. One more breath, super easy. And then exhale, go ahead and pull those legs back into the body. Good, and then bring your feet down to the ground and your arms down. We're going to go into a bridge pose, but if any of you guys happen to have yoga blocks, I would actually like to give the suggestion to do a supported bridge today, and I'm going to show you how to do that if you're not familiar. So yoga blocks, bam. You have them, I would suggest grabbing them. If you don't have them, I would suggest getting them. You can find these on Amazon. You could find them even usually at a TJ Maxx or something like that as well. So everybody knows a regular bridge, hands down by your sides. You can press into the feet, tuck your tailbone slightly, and lift your hips. A supported bridge is where you actually take a yoga block. Some of you might want to put it, there's 3 different heights here. This medium height, like so, is a nice one. You rest it right underneath your sacrum. And then, of course, if you have a deeper back bend, you can always do a larger support, but this one is pretty deep of a back bend, so I would say stick with the medium. Put it right under the sacrum, and then just let your hips settle. If you don't have a yoga block, you can find a regular bridge, press through the feet, and just hold and lift. If you want to clasp your hands, you can do that. I'm going to let it be really easy today. You're just going to press through the feet, breathe into the belly. So maybe 5, maybe 10 breaths if you're feeling it tonight. We're going to inhale, fill the belly like a balloon. Exhale, empty. Couple more, inhale. Exhale, empty. If you don't have a block, of course, you can come down sooner than I'm going to because I do have a block. Few more breaths. one more nice long full belly breath. And a nice long exhale out. Good. If you have the block, gently press into your feet, release the block out from underneath your sacrum, and lower yourself slowly back to the ground. Go ahead and place the block to the side. You can pull the knees back into the body one more time, but don't let your head lift off the ground. So keep your head back, and we're just going to try to keep the back on the ground as we pull the knees in and roll a little right and left. Perfect. All right, we're going to come to center now. Because I'm in a little interesting space here, I'm actually going to flip around because it'll be easier for me to show you guys what we're going to do. All right, so I'm actually going to, let's see here, I'll flip my right knee all the way over to the left. So let your left leg down, flip your right knee all the way over to the left. So you're coming kind of like into a side lying position. Right knee all the way over to the left, right arm comes across the body. So you're gonna go into a little bit of a side lying position, right? From here, you're gonna press into your right hand, lift up, bring your left arm out from underneath. So I don't know if that's easily seen here. Let me see. So your right knee is out to the right. I went from a twist, right knee out to the right, come up, and now right knee is out to the right like so. So you're getting a little bit of a hip stretch here, but we're also going to go into a shoulder stretch. So belly on the ground, right knee is out to the right. Let's start with that. That's a nice easy one. Let me see if you guys can see this. Right knee out to the right, nice hip stretch here, and melting in, looking to the right to start. You can make a pillow with your hands. So just getting a nice hip flexor stretch in that right side. We'll take a couple breaths. Breathe into your belly. If you're really open in the adductor, I wouldn't suggest it unless you're really open in it. You're always welcome to actually extend this right foot all the way out to the right like so, and do the same thing. Obviously that's a lot deeper of a stretch. Some of you might be able to do it. I don't know where you're at with your practices because I can't see your body, but just starting with the right knee bent is usually the easier option. We'll do one more breath here. If your leg does happen to be straight, we're going to bend the knee, and then you're going to slide that right foot all the way back down to the ground. We're going to do the other side before we go into the shoulder stretch. So on the other side, same thing. You're going to slide that left knee all the way up towards your left elbow, and just turn your head to the left, make a pillow with your hands, and breathe. So this might be super easy feeling, right? For some of you, some of you might, maybe that's a little harder if your adductor is really tight here. If you want to add a challenge, of course, you can straighten that left leg. If you straightened the right, and you'll feel that adductor stretch even more, but no need to force that if you're going into that. Left knee bent is a good option as well. And we'll take some deep breaths here. Inhale, fill your belly like a balloon. Find the top of your breath. Exhale, soften. So yin yoga is really just about deep relaxation. At the same time, we're also getting into the fascia of the body. The stretches don't actually have to be super deep. We're working with the nervous system very much so as well. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Go ahead and bend the knee if you did keep that leg straight. And bring that left foot, all the way back down to the ground. Good, now we're gonna go into this shoulder and chest stretch. So from here, we're actually gonna start with the left hand. Left arm is gonna come all the way out to the left, okay? Right hand is gonna come down next to your shoulder. I'm gonna turn so you guys can see this a little bit better. I have a limited space here. So left arm all the way out to the left, right hand is up next to your shoulder. Left ear comes down to the ground. You're gonna lift your right foot. You're gonna lift your right foot and flip it back behind you. Now, as you do that, you can walk the left fingertips a little more out to the left. Keep your head on the ground, and then start to get into a nice stretch through this left shoulder. Right hand can hang out here. Some people, if they're really open, like to bring it back behind them. So different options. Also a couple options with the legs, depending on how open you are in this pose. Most people, this is about as deep as they can go, just reaching through that left hand and rolling into it. You'll feel a nice stretch through the bicep, the shoulder and chest. Second option, if you do want to try to get more into the pectoral basin, which is pec muscle is about right here in the chest, very beneficial for a lot of people. You can come out of it a little bit, bend the elbow to 90 degrees. So do the exact same thing, head on the ground, flip that foot back behind you. As you walk that left elbow out, you'll feel a bigger stretch in the chest. You want to make sure that elbow is about 90 degrees. That is a big stretch on the chest. So maybe stick with that first option. Breathe into the belly. Some people, if they're very open in the hips and legs, they actually like to come to a little half lotus bind, bringing the left foot up to the right thigh. That is obviously a much deeper option, so just keeping that right foot back is a good option as well. And just take a few more breaths into this chest. Again, you don't want to force your way into this practice, so find some softness in whatever variation you're in, and more important is that you're breathing long, smooth breaths. It's even more important to find that meditative breathing quality in a yin practice. Or I'd say more than even a vinyasa practice. Keeping the mind oriented on the sensations of the body. We'll gently start to come out of this. So we're going to move really slow, rolling back onto the belly, taking your time. You're going to flip your head to the other direction and bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing up. And we're going to take a moment to pause. So just resting with your head to one side. Take a deep belly breath in. And an even longer, slower exhale out. Keep the breath flowing. Long belly breath in. Long exhale out. Nice. We're going to go to the other side when you guys are ready. Slide your left hand up. Slide your right arm all the way out to the right. I'm just going to slide this way a little bit. Right arm all the way out to the right. And just like we did on the other side, that left foot is going to lift up this time. So notice left foot up, slide it back behind you or swing it back behind you, whatever, hook it back behind you. Walk your right hand further out here if you need to, and just rest. If you don't have that open of a chest there, of course, don't force. Hang out with where you're at today. Option number one, that right arm is straight. Again, walking the fingertips all the way out, coming into that twist. Option number two, you can come out of it a little bit. Bend your right elbow to 90 degrees, like so, 90 degrees. And do the same thing. Again, one of them gets a little more into the pectoral base, and that's that second option. So feel your way into which one you might benefit the most from today. So you'll feel there's a slightly different stretch in each of those options. Stay there and breathe right down into the diaphragm. Nice relaxing music helps. Sometimes singing bowls, anything that's really meditative for yin practice is really nice. Could light some candles. The leg variation also applies on this side if you guys did it on the other. Only if you're really open, you could bring your feet into a little half lotus. It's a very complicated thing though, so if it's too much for you, just keep that leg down. You'd have to be pretty open in the hips already to do that variation. We'll take one more breath on this side. Slowly roll back onto your belly, release that right hand back down by your side, and you're going to turn your head to the other direction. So looking to the right, both hands down by your sides, palms facing up, and let's just take a moment to rest. Nice deep breath. Relax on the exhale. Long, slow exhale, finish that breath. We're going to bring our chin to center. So we just opened the front of the chest, and now we're going to go into the shoulders. So we opened the shoulders as well. We're going to go into the deltoids rather, so the tops of the shoulders here. So from here we're going to slide, let's start with right arm. Let's come up, left hand underneath the chin, and we're going to slide the right arm underneath us. So come up, slide the right arm underneath you like so. You're going to come all the way down onto that right shoulder. Pull that right shoulder down a little bit, and already I'm feeling that deltoid stretch. So you're just going to start to lay down into that shoulder a little. And if you can, I should say, the chin will stay in neutral here at center. Otherwise, you can also look to the left. If you need to, you can make a pillow with your hand or rest the head down on the ground. Now, the more you can get that shoulder underneath and bring that shoulder down, just like we do the stretch in standing. You might have seen it. You pull the shoulder across the body like this. We're doing it on the ground, but the ground is the assist. So we're just going to lay into that shoulder. Again, chin can be in neutral, or you could place your head to the side, but we're just going to take a few breaths with the palm up and open, breathing into that deltoid. Full breaths. I made a little pillow with my forearm. So forehead on my forearm. Couple more long, slow breaths here into that right deltoid. Let's slowly start to come out of that. Lift the head, take the arm out from underneath. You can bring it down by your side for a moment. Bring both arms down by your sides. Before we do the other side, take a moment of rest. If you ever want to make a pillow with your hands, you're welcome to. Maybe bring your right hand back up if you want. Make a pillow with your hand. I'm going to do that just so I'm not putting my phone here on the ground. Take a deep belly breath, always. Nice and long and slow, and then an even longer, slower exhale out. And just finding a little moment of pause, of integration there from side to side. We'll come back to center. If your right hand is not already up, go ahead and slide it up. You're going to slide your left arm underneath you this time. So sliding left arm underneath, coming down to the left shoulder. So stretching down the left deltoid all the way down. Left palm is facing upward, of course. Pull that shoulder down. And again, you're either resting forehead down maybe on your forearm, or if that's too much for you, you can look to the right towards your hands if possible. Forehead on the forearm and breathe. Nice deep full breaths. A couple more on this side. Deep, conscious, long inhale. Even longer, slower exhale if possible. We'll do one more breath. And slowly begin to lift up. Slide your left arm out from underneath. Bring your left arm back down to the ground. And again, just rest your head. Both arms down, or a pillow with your hand or a forearm if you want. Otherwise, just rest on your belly. Take a moment to pause again, just integrating. Deep breath. Long, slow exhale. The power of our yin practice, which is the opposite of yang or yang. So yin is more of a slow, surrendered. Think about the feminine and masculine. Yang is assertive, it's powerful, it's the sun. Yin's power is in receptivity and surrender and softness, like water. Just like Bruce Lee says, we're only as strong, and our yang is only as strong as our yin. We're only as powerful as we are, with the ability to also be soft and to be flexible. We're going to slowly start to transition back onto our backs. The way we're going to do that is actually slide that left hand up, and we're going to slide right arm underneath, just like we went from our back to our front. And we're going to go ahead and slide left leg up and roll onto our back. So it's just a fun little transition onto our back once again. All right, you guys, so onto our back, we're going to come into more hips and hamstring stretching from here. So we'll start. You have that strap nearby, go ahead and keep it nearby you. We're going to start with our right on top of our left knee, excuse me. So right ankle on top of left knee. Press the right knee away from you, making a little bit of a figure four, and we'll come right into a nice reclining pigeon. So if you're really tight in your hips especially, don't lift your upper back. If you can, keep your back on the ground. Lift up, grab the back of your left thigh if possible, but if you can, grab the front of your left shin. So reaching through this little hole here with your hands, pulling the shoulders down and back and flexing this right foot. Now if you're near a wall, and this pose is tricky for you, or you can't even grab your leg. I'm going to put my foot actually on my bed. So I have my bed here. You could also place your foot on your bed and go like this. So it's a nice little option. So you're still getting a stretch. The closer you get to your wall or your bed, right, the more your legs start to come toward you. So you can scoot your body down and kind of get yourself in that stretch on your own. Now, if possible, flex your right foot and both feet, ideally. So if your foot is on a wall, it's already technically flexed, right? Because the foot is flat like so. Pulling the legs in, drawing the shoulders down. There's a nice entire sequence that I could teach with just using a wall. It's so nice. But I know not everybody has one right now, so, and I didn't give you guys that cue prior to, so we'll just work with whatever we have here. If you do happen to have one, it's a nice thing to use here. Good. Make sure you're relaxing your chest. Take a deep breath into your belly. Nice long exhale out. Pull those legs in. And then let's go ahead and release. Now if you're near a wall or near or on your bed or whatever you got there, you can scoot back, right? Just scoot back and release your left foot back down to the ground. Everybody, left foot on the ground. We're going to hug the right knee into the body. Squeeze it in. And now, if you have your strap, I would suggest grab it, or a belt, or even a towel, and you're going to wrap this strap. This is actually a yoga carrier, yoga mat carrier. You're going to wrap the strap, if you have a yoga strap, around the ball of your foot. Right here is the ball of the foot, all right? So not the arch. If you can, right at the top of the foot there, hold onto the strap. You can also do it like this too, by the way, you guys. You don't have to have it in a in that little circle, just so you can see. All right, this works also. You're gonna go ahead and grab the strap with your right hand and then work on straightening that leg. So your leg might be straight down here. That's okay. Wherever your straight is, pull the right shoulder down into the mat, right? Don't let it come off. Pull it down. Choke down on the strap as much as you need to. Pulling that right shoulder down, and then lengthen through the back of the neck. And we're just gonna stretch this hamstring and even into this calf. We're just gonna stretch and breathe. Exhale, shoulders down. Again, even if your leg is here, pulling this leg back, you're still getting that nice stretch through the hamstring. Couple breaths. The left knee is still bent, foot is still on the ground. And then after a few breaths, we can start to straighten the left leg. So the left knee is bent for now. Go ahead and start to straighten that left leg all the way down. And then press through that right heel. From here, we're going to start to bring that right foot slowly out to the right. So I want you to slowly start to bring that right foot all the way out to the right. But do it slowly. And breathe into your adductor and choke down on the strap a little if you need to, or release some tension if you need to. Allow that right foot to come all the way over to the right. Keep pulling the right toes back towards your head. So stretching again into this right adductor, trying to keep this left hip down on the ground. When you want to hold your breath, breathe deeper. Shoulders down, relaxed face. A little bit more of an active yin practice today. Good, and then very slowly we're going to start to bring the leg back to center. Now some of you might want to bend this knee a little. If you can manage though, maybe you just bring that leg straight back up, grab the strap with the opposite hand. So right foot is in the strap, left hand grabs the strap. Right arm comes out to the right, and we're going to slowly start to bring the leg over to the left. Now this one, you're going to feel into the hamstring, even into the IT band area. We're going to go nice and slow, taking your time breathing, pressing through the heel. Every millimeter is a tempo, so take your time. Any of those areas that make you want to hold your breath or wince, I want you to pause, take a deep belly breath into those areas. Exhale, melt. Right foot all the way over to the left. Foot doesn't need to touch the ground. In fact, it's better if you hover it and press through the heel, even if your knee is bent a little bit. And breathe all the way across that right hip, into the hamstring, breathe into it. One more breath. And then very slowly, we're going to bring that leg back up to center again. You can bend your knee if you need to, otherwise bring it all the way back up. So right leg is all the way back up to the sky. Lift it, or reach, or pull rather, that leg toward you a little bit more. So nice big hamstring stretch. And then you're going to go ahead and release that leg. Now you can float it all the way down to the ground. If you want, you can bend it first and then bring it down, but bring it all the way down. I'm going to bend it because I have my bed here. Go ahead and let your right leg come all the way down to the ground. We're going to find a little mini shavasana, so just let your arms come out. Let your legs relax. Take a moment to just find some ease and some stillness before we even do the other side. Just relax your body. Again, the power of this practice is not in speed. It's not even in the intensity. It's in the presence. Keeping your awareness on your breath. Noticing all the subtle sensations of the body, and maybe even some messages that the body might have for you as we move through. When you're ready, we can start to bend the knees again. So go ahead and slowly bend your knees, bring the feet flat to the ground, press the lower back down, engaging the hip flexors as we lift the knees back into the body. Wrap your arms around the legs, squeeze them in. Very good. Coming to center, we're going to bring the right foot flat to the ground, unless you used a bed or the wall, into our assisted pigeon pose or reclining pigeon pose or figure four. So you can scoot toward bed, wall, whatever you want, if you did and if you want to. Otherwise, we're going to place left ankle on top of right knee this time, setting ourselves up for that reclining pigeon or figure four. Lift that right foot either on top of or onto the wall, onto the bed, whatever, and then again you can scoot toward it, or if you don't have a wall or a bed and you don't even want to use them, that's fine. You can grab the back of your right thigh with your hands or the front of your right shin. Shoulders down and back. Breath is flowing. So right into meditation. Once we get into the pose, then we just remain there and breathe. Nothing needs to happen except for the circulating of the breath. Keeping our attention on that breath. Allowing the breath to move down into the diaphragm. Finding a gentle pause before releasing the exhale even longer and slower. So we have this beautiful opportunity to allow that breath to truly be a meditation, even though we're also doing some yoga poses or some asanas, some stretches, movements of the body. It's really more so of a meditation practice that involves the body. Same thing goes for faster moving vinyasa practice as well, but we have an even more powerful opportunity to do it here in these slower yin practices. Let's do one more breath here. Go ahead and release the bind of the hands, or if you have your foot on a wall or bed, go ahead and lean back or scoot back a little if you need to. Bring your right foot back down to the ground. We're going to bring that left knee into the body, grab the strap, wrap the strap around the ball of the left foot. Go ahead and flex the foot, bring the foot up toward the sky. So pressing through the heel, drawing the toes back toward your head. Now your flexibility might not be mine, so even if your foot is a little lower and you have to choke down on the strap, go ahead and do that. Pull the shoulders down. So again, using the length of the spine, using the earth rather, to assist the length of the spine, shoulders pulling down and back. Slight tuck of the chin. Those of you who took my workshop yesterday, you know from the tailbone to the top of the head, we're still using that right here, right? Here, we're going to extend that right leg down so you can straighten through that right leg. Deep breaths. And then we're going to bring that left foot out to the left, nice and slow. And if you guys don't have a strap, of course, you can still do this holding onto your calf or your leg. I'm sure you figured that out, but the strap is helpful. Nice and slow, bringing that left leg all the way out to the left. And do that very slowly, shoulders drawing down and back. Again, your leg might not come as high or as low as mine. You can always choke down on that strap. Even if the leg is down here, it's still effective. So wherever you are in this. Breathing. Listening to your body. As you breathe, allow your belly to inflate toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, allow it to fall back toward the spine. It happens naturally when we relax. If you watch a baby breathe, or an animal even, that's what happens. Or a baby sleep, even sometimes when you sleep, that's what happens. We're going to bring the leg back up. You can bend your knee, bring it back straight up, and then grab the strap with the right hand. So you're holding on to the left foot or the strap with your right hand. Left arm is going to come out to the left, and we're going to slowly start to transition this foot across the body. Now don't skip over these little juicy parts. So there's these parts in your hip, your piriformis, and your hamstring right here, right? You can always choke down on the strap, or release the strap, I should say, a little if you need to, but you're going to press through the heel and allow that leg to slowly start to rotate across the body. You're going to feel a nice big stretch, again, into the IT band area, into your hip, into your hamstring, into the glute area, nice and slow, pressing through that heel. Breathe into it. One more breath. Slowly start to come back up. Left leg comes back to center. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to do a big stretch of that hamstring. So go ahead and pull that leg in, or pull the strap. And then go ahead and gently release. And you're going to float or bend the knee first, but either float that left foot all the way back down to the right into a little mini shavasana, arms down, scoop the shoulders down. Once the feet touch, go ahead and just relax the body. Palms facing upward, shoulders back, finding a moment of stillness. Even though the body becomes still, we can still feel that pulsating energy happening. Still keeping awareness on the breath. Take a nice long inhale into your belly. Find the very top of that breath. And let it out nice and slow. You start to bend the knees again, bringing them back into the body. Squeeze them in. Wrap your arms around them. Roll a little right and left. We're going to come back to center. Bring the feet back to the ground. And we're going to bring our knees together and our feet wide. So go ahead and let your knees fall together and open your feet off of your mat if you have a mat, out to the sides or to the edges of your mat. So your knees just kind of fall together. It's a subtle movement, but it's powerful. So you're starting to open up that area at the sacrum again and getting that little opening here in the hips, internal rotation of the thighs. So just allowing those knees to fall together. You can place your hands over your belly area, your hara. You can bring them down by your sides, whatever you guys want here. Allowing your shoulders to just be relaxed. Breathing. Feeling that connection between your sacrum and the earth. Maybe your whole back. Just feeling the length of the spine. Letting that breath flow freely. Maybe finding those gentle pauses at the very top of the breath. And then at the very bottom. Learning and understanding the value of finding pause. From here, you're either going to walk your right foot further out to the right to do this, or keep it exactly as it is. Right knee is going to just start to come down toward the center of the mat as the left knee just moves out to the left. Some of you might be more open. You can either let that left knee fall all the way over to the left, or if you want to, you can also place your left ankle on top of your right knee like so. So assist right knee coming down toward the center of your mat. So some of you might need to walk your right foot further out to the right. Everyone's anatomy is different. If you're really tight in this quad and even in the hip, your right knee might not come down all the way toward the center of the mat, and that is okay. So again, you could just bring your right knee toward the center, left knee up to the left, or you could hook your left foot on top of your right knee. Place it there. A nice modification too. If you have a block, you could place it underneath your right knee so that it doesn't come all the way down toward the center or to the mat. That's a nice modification as well. So you're breathing into the top right hip, into the quad a little bit, into the psoas even. And if you want to add an accentuation to this, you can lift your right arm over the head. So your right knee is down toward the center and your right hand can come up and over your head. And just kind of breathing into this whole right side body. And keeping your awareness always on the breath. Let's do one more on this side, one more breath. We'll slowly switch. If you have the foot hooked, of course, unhook first. Bring that right knee up, followed by the left knee. And then you just tick-tock the legs to the other side. So left knee comes toward the center. Right knee can come out to the right. Adjust the block if you need to. That's a great option, just letting that right knee come out to the right, left knee toward the center. And if you want to go deeper, some of you maybe hooked that foot on the other side, that right foot will come, or right ankle will come to the left knee this time, and assisted coming down. So it's completely up to you what option you want to go into. Typically it's good to match sides, but it's not always 100% necessary, especially if you have an injury or something going on one side of your body. There's always different exceptions to these things. So be intuitive. It's my number one message always. Just listen to your body. But that requires deep, conscious belly breaths. Did it on the other side too, lifting your left arm this time instead of your right. The same side with the knee down toward the center, you would extend that same side arm up, just accentuating that stretch through that whole left side, breathing into it. We hold so much tension in our psoas. Our psoas, our hip flexor, it governs so much of our lower back as well. Let's do one more breath here, right into the belly. Nice long exhale. The slower the breath, the better. Go ahead and come back to center. Unhook the foot if you did have it on the thigh. Both legs back to center. Let's take a moment to lift the hips, neutralize the sacrum and lower back. Lower the hips back down. And we can bring the feet together and the knees out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. If you have yoga blocks, you can always arrange those blocks underneath your knees as well. That's a nice option. Where'd my other block go? So if your feet are together, you can take those blocks, place them underneath your knees, and support your knees. That is a nice option. Feet together, knees resting on blocks. You can place your hands on your hara with your belly center. You could have one hand over your belly, one hand on your heart. Some people like to interlace the hands above the head, elbows out to the side, shoulders soft, melting into the ground. We'll just breathe here. Such a nourishing pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Again, keeping your focus on those deep, long, slow, diaphragmatic breaths.
They don't have to be intense, but pay attention to the length of the breath. Pay attention to the breath in general. They say our quality of life is matched by the quality of our breath. If you're not familiar with the Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi victory, and they say when to breathe victoriously is to live victoriously. And we use that Ujjayi breath in our Hatha Yoga practice, especially in a Vinyasa practice. But that breath can be done at any time throughout the day. Also very good for stimulating the vagus nerve, which governs our sympathetic, our whole nervous system, our autonomic nervous system, but it definitely stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which brings us into that rest and digest mode, where we should be functioning more. Somehow our society has become normalized by operating in a state of stress. Maybe we should make a revolution of stimulating the vagus nerve. I think that's already happened, actually. Now that I think about it, I think that's the whole cold plunge trend. All these different things are actually about stimulating the vagus nerve so we can all come back into a more relaxed state of being. But we can do that with our breath. We don't even need to cold plunge. Let's do one more here. Super slow, bring the knees back together. Draw them into the body. Squeeze. Roll a little. Very gentle roll, rocking right and left. Now we're going to do another twist. Keeping the knees together. If you have the blocks, of course, move them out of the way. We're going to keep the knees together this time, keep them high into the body, and you're going to roll all the way to the left into a little fetal position. So roll all the way over to the left, hugging yourself into a little fetal position, knees together. Now you're going to keep your left hand on top of your right knee, and your right arm is going to come up over the head and then out to the right. So your right shoulder blade just kind of melts over to the right. Right elbow out to the right, and your head can just turn. Left hand is on the right knee, and we're just going to hang out here, again, opening through the ribs and the shoulder and the chest. Deep breaths. So this might be a subtle stretch for some of you, it might be a bigger stretch. The power is in just allowing, breathing and allowing. So there's no force here. There's no need to push ourselves into any stretch. That's not yin. Yin is a relaxation. So a letting happen, a letting go, a surrendering. If your head is also turned, you're getting a gentle stretch in the neck, the cervical spine. This is really about allowing the fascia of the body to respond. And the fascia is more connected to the nervous system. We hold memory in our fascia, trauma even in the fascia. So as we breathe deeply and signal to our body and our brains that we are safe. The body can actually relax. The fascia unwinds. A lot of pain is stored in the fascia. That's why yin is such a powerful practice. Couple more long, slow breaths, just noticing. The more and more you relax, the more the body can just naturally open, but on an even deeper level sometimes than if we were forcing. It's very common for emotional releases to happen in a yin practice as well, and they're very unexpected when that does occur, and of course we don't force those either. But it's natural, so if it ever happens while you're practicing yin yoga, just know it's completely natural and it's actually a healthy thing. Things need to come up to come out, and they definitely often need to come out. Let's go ahead and bring our right arm back around, coming back into a fetal position one more time on the other side. Taking a moment to pause, allowing that top arm to just drape onto the earth, breathing into that. It's a gift that we give ourselves to slow down, and to be in these moments, and to be in these pauses, to really feel, sometimes for the first time in a long time. We'll slowly come onto our back again. So rolling onto the back, pulling the knees into the body gently, rolling. A lot of yin is just rolling around. Knees in, gently rock right and left. We're going to roll all the way to the right this time. So again, into a fetal position on the other side. Knees all the way up and over, keep them high, all the way over to the other side. I can't even see if I'm in this frame. Let me just make sure I am. Good. So knees up in this nice, beautiful position here. We're going to bring right hand to the left knee, and then the left arm gets to slowly start to come up and over the head. And then we allow that left shoulder to just drape down, and the head can also start to turn. Right hand, left knee, left shoulder just melting down toward the ground. And again, we're just breathing into this whole side body. It doesn't even need to be an intense stretch. In fact, again, the power of this practice is in just relaxing. As you breathe, expand the belly, allow that breath to travel up into the ribs, into the diaphragm especially. And then exhale, we just melt with gravity, melt with the breath. You can close your eyes. And just continue to breathe. If you lose track of the breath, go ahead and come back to it. Take one more breath on this side. Slowly come back to center. And then left arm is going to come across, back to the fetal position on the right side. Pause. Take a moment to pause here. Find that slow breath. And when you're ready, roll onto your back, knees into the body, squeeze them in, roll a little. Bring the feet back down to the ground. Feet hip width apart. We're going to come into another bridge. So we already did one, but we're going to do another one. Again, if you have the blocks, you can use one if you'd like to, just like we did. If you want, finding a little lift and a supported bridge, medium height or even higher if you feel like you want. If you have a deeper back bend or if you're taller, you're welcome to come into a taller bridge. Otherwise, if you don't have one, no worries. We're going to wiggle our elbows close to the body, pull the shoulder blades down, so scoop them down. Fingertips reach for your heels. I'm going to scoop this way a little bit. And then we're going to press through the heels, lift the hips up. Find a nice bridge. Now, if you want to, you can also support your bridge with your hands, sliding your hands underneath you. It is pretty big, large of a lift here, though. If you want to support your hands on your hips, you can. Otherwise, clasp and interlace your fingers. Draw your knuckles toward your heels. Scoop the shoulders down. Elbows in toward one another. And let's breathe here. So again, whether you're supporting your bridge with a block, your hands, or hands reaching toward your heels. Breathing into the belly. Exhale, empty. Couple more. One more. Nice full belly breath in. And exhale, go ahead and release your hands or release the block if you have it. Slowly come back down to the ground, all the way down. You can release your legs all the way down to the ground. Good. Now, I would like to give one option as well if you do have blocks or a block to come into a little assisted fish pose. If you're not familiar with fish pose, you take a block, slide it underneath your upper back like so, about mid-back to upper back. There's a couple different variations here. The lower block here, it's just a little bit of a supported fish pose. My ponytail's in the way. So it's a heart opening. In traditional fish, you come all the way to the top of your head, but this is more of a supported back bend. If you want to come a little higher, you can. The other thing is if you don't have a block and you want to go into that heart opening, you can press into your elbows. We'll do a little modified one. Scoot them back and maybe go ahead and just let your head drop back a little. Now, again, in traditional fish, if you guys do know it, it's more of a complicated pose. Hands come underneath the sits bones there, elbows come in toward the body like so, and then we actually come all the way to the very top of the head. If you want to do that, you can, but I know that one's complicated for a lot of people. So you could also just hold on to your hips with your hands, do the same thing. Either way, the throat opens, the heart lifts up. It's all about lifting the chest. If you have some pillows or even a throw pillow, again, or a yoga block, you can stick that under your mid-back, even the pillows. That's what I would suggest. Go ahead, let your head drop back. Let your arms open. If you have support, you can let your arms open. I'm gonna actually do this the medium way today. A little higher of a back bend for myself. I also do this on a foam roller. You could do this with a foam roller. You could do this with a yoga wheel if you have a smaller yoga wheel. Otherwise, it would be a bigger back bend. So go ahead and find whatever you want to do. If you're obviously in a full fish pose, don't hold it as long as us who have some support. Find some support that feels appropriate for you. Again, pillows work, even a rolled up yoga mat. we're just going to breathe here with the heart open. Allowing the chest to lift and the head to drop back just a little. Of course, it does not need to be as big as mine. Please find what is appropriate for you today. Breathe. Remember, all about the breath. You'll feel the body start to unwind, relax and breathe. And it's a very subtle unwinding, but a very powerful one. Because it's not just happening on a physical level. Couple more long, slow breaths. This, we're going to be gentle. You can bring your elbows down by your sides. Lean up. Release the block out from underneath you and slowly come back all the way down to the ground. If you need to, you could roll to the side. Do the same thing, of course. Otherwise, just come all the way flat to the ground. Allow your shoulders now to touch the earth. And feel the sensation of meeting the earth and meeting the ground with your entire body. Feel the length of your spine on the earth. Turn the palms up. Pull the shoulders down. Allow the back of your shoulders to rest on the earth. Allow your chest to be open. Open up your feet. Allow your feet to roll out naturally. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, part your teeth, part your lips. Exhale out of your mouth. Allow your head to be neutral. Close your eyes. And allow your body to just be still. And without yet moving, with your eyes closed, bring your awareness and attention to the space between your eyebrows. Take a long, slow breath into that space. Maybe even feeling a tingling sensation there as you exhale, soften. And then feel your heart, not your physical heart, your anahata, the center of your chest. Bringing your awareness to the center of your chest, but also still aware of the space between your eyebrows on your next inhale. Allow that center to ignite and be feeling a warming sensation as you breathe in. And a nice, long, relaxed exhale. just allowing your whole body to be encased in that warming sensation. Feeling at ease, relaxed, safe, fulfilled. Not needing to change anything in this moment. Noticing the quality of deep rest. Noticing the medicine of deep rest. Start to deepen the breath once again, reinvigorating the vessel, feeling that breath and how it reverberates. Literal vibration with the breath moving through the limbs, to the hands, to the feet, to the top of the head, to the fingers, to the toes. You can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes again. Breath deepens further. When you're ready, you can roll the ankles and wrists or extend the hands up and over the head. Nice and slow, waking the body back up. And then we start to bend the knees, bring them back into the body, wrapping the arms around the legs, but not being in a rush. Not being in a rush. Sometimes it's harder to learn to slow down. Rolling a little right and left. Of course, taking a moment to pause on one side if you can. Just take a moment to be in that space with yourself for a moment longer. It's such a really special, beautiful, sacred space to create this loving kindness and safety, this sense of home we create through our practice, especially a yin practice, because it is such a deep and intimate practice with the self, with the body, with the breath, with the spirit. When you're ready to press yourself back up, of course, take your time, be gentle with it. I always encourage that. We work so hard to just relax. Be in that space. I know that was definitely relaxing for me. I wish I could be in front of you all who are here with me, if you did the practice with me especially. I just want to take a moment to honor you for being here, for doing this beautiful practice with me. If you're here from Sunset Beach Yoga, I love you guys so much. I'm sorry it rained tonight, but I hope to see you on Wednesday. I am planning on also scheduling a another sunrise class coming up. Maybe next week, we'll see. I'll keep you guys informed on the meetup and on the WhatsApp. Those of you who don't know, if you did join this class and you weren't here at the beginning, I'm Jessica Ohm. I've been holding weekly classes here now, beginning a couple weeks ago now. So I'm doing also a Power Hour class this Tuesday. It's on my live schedule. You guys can come and do a workout with me, which is the very, very opposite of this. So if you guys want to do more of a workout, that'll happen Tuesday at noon. And of course, Sunset Beach Yoga happens weekly. If you want to donate to tonight's class, you guys, if you did enjoy this, you can donate that through Venmo at Jessica Ohm, Cash App at Jessica Ohm, or Zelle, which is my phone number. I think it could be in, I didn't put it in the description here, but it is somewhere in my description on my
page. If not, check out Linktree/Wandering Heartist, and I also have some information there. Again, if you guys don't know that, that's Linktree, which is a website /Wandering Heartist, like Heartist. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's practice. I wish I could see all of your guys' comments, but I couldn't because I was practicing. So I will look through them. Hopefully, let me see if I can scroll up a little bit later. Thank you for being my moderator, Eric. I really appreciate you. And aw, Iman, you're welcome. I know I needed this too. All right, you guys. Hope to see you Wednesday. And yeah, what is today? Sunday? Yeah. Hope to see you Tuesday on here. Otherwise, see you Wednesday. Ah, good, Moni. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.